What's up, y'all? It's Miles the millennial who's not a millennial, but technically still a millennial. And we're back with our first episode of the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. Guys, I'm excited. This has been something that I really had on my mind about getting back into. You guys already know that I have Let's Talk Like Men podcast that's been going really well. You know, we've garnered, I believe, 35,000 followers over the past 12 months this year. So it's been an amazing journey with that. And I used to have my own podcast that I did with another friend, but I haven't had a singular podcast focused on motivation and personal development. And I think it's time, right? Being somebody who goes into schools, speaks to students and teachers about how they can improve their mental, how they can change their mind in order to change their life, and produces real outcomes in the lives of these students and teachers. I want to bring that now to a platform that can live outside of the classroom, something that people can access at any point in time whenever they need it. So I'm excited to give you guys Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, the podcast experience. So without further ado, let's hop right into our first conversation for today. So what I want to talk about today is December 9th, 2024, when I'm recording this. Don't know exactly when this is going to release, but what I do know is this. Everybody is in a spirit of preparing for the next year. It's hit us that New Year's is right around the corner. 2025 is effectively, for all intents and purposes, here right now. In that, we all have goals. We all have something that we're trying to accomplish. We all have plans and big visions. I want to talk about one of the best ways that you can make sure your plans are not only successful, but that you are allowing God to lead you in the right path to ensure that this plan aligns with His plan and allow Him to make the changes when necessary. So today's topic is going to be writing your plans, in pencil. Okay. So we're going to talk about writing your plans in pencil. What I mean by that is this. Every single time we get to a process of writing our plans, what do? We take a pen and a pad, or we get on our laptops, we get on our vision boards, our canvas, whatever we want to do, and we write everything down. And we put them in these places where they're so permanent. And we have step by step. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to eat X amount of protein. I'm going to decrease the fat. We have all these things planned out so perfect for us. Inevitably, what ends up happening when we go into the year is the exact opposite, right? Life happens, and you might have weeks where you don't hit that protein goal. You might not be able to go to the gym every single day that week or all 3 days that week, and you have to make adjustments. But for a lot of us, whenever any plan that we have in life needs adjustments, we are so confined and dedicated to what the original goal was that we are unwilling to adapt. And that ends up getting in the way of our progress and gets in the way of God being able to operate and have the final say so. Because what you're telling God is this: when you write your plans down in pen, right? When you write those plans down in pen and you say, this is the plan, I'm sticking to it no matter what. You are not allowing the room for God to have true control over you. You are not being in submission, because what's really happening is you're being God for yourself. You're saying, this is how it's going to happen. This is what I'm going to do. When in reality, what we need to be asking God is writing these plans down in pencil, handing Him over the paper and that eraser and saying, Lord, whatever it is that you want from me, what I want you to do right now is to go in and please adapt this plan to whatever you see fit, right? Take control of these plans that I have, the areas that aren't like you, the areas where my ego is getting in the way, the areas where I'm walking into danger and walking into threats. Use your wisdom and your discernment and your all-knowing plan, Lord, to erase that off of this plan. Move me towards what you want me to do, right? And so I want us, when we go into 2025 and you pull out that notepad, right? I got mine right here. When you pull this out, and it's time for you to go and write things down, write them in pencil. And when you write them in pencil, you hand them over to God and you give Him the eraser, right? Let Him be able to operate for you. Let Him have the final say so. Put yourself in true submission to the Lord, saying that I know I don't have all the right answers and that your plan is better than my plan because you know the final plan, right? We don't know the next steps. We don't know what's going to happen. So many things threw me for a loop this year, right? Things that I thought were going to go right with business went the complete opposite way. And the things that I wasn't thinking were going to even be that important ended up being my biggest winners, right? That's what happens in business. That's what happens in life. They always say If you want to hear God laugh, tell him what you have planned. And the reason for that is we are not all knowing. It's naive and ignorant of us to sit here and think that our plan is the best plan. That when we write down every single thing that we want to get accomplished, this will happen. That's not what God said. God is the one who finally gets to say as to whether this is in line with what he wants for you and what he doesn't want from you. And one of the things that I want you to think about is you need to be grateful sometimes for the times that God removes things from your plan, right? Because that is a form of protection that he's giving you. When God sits there and he doesn't allow you to be successful in a certain area that you really wanted to work out so bad, maybe that's because the Lord knew that the people, the place, the environment, or even yourself, if you were to go into that thing or were to accomplish that particular thing, it would not allow you to become closer to him. It will pull you further away. And so you need to let God have your plans. Write them down in pencil and let him have the final say so. You hand him that eraser and just let him do his work. That's all I got for y'all today. So excited to be starting this podcast. I don't want this podcast to be something that is 30 minutes, an hour long. I want to keep them into short segments, right? I want this podcast to be something easily digestible, whether you're on your way to the gym, you're on your way to work, you're having a bathroom break, something small to where you can go in, you can get some easily digestible and applicable information for your life, and you can go apply it and come out of it a better person. Because all I want for you guys is for you to change your mind so that you can change your life and become the person that God truly wants you to be. Guys, much love. I really do appreciate all your support that you guys have given me. Some of you have been with me since the very beginning, and every new person, I appreciate you all. I am so excited for the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast experience. Thank you guys. Have a great day.